From Sage Neuroscience Center, I'm joined now by Julie Rosen with treatment options to treat PTSD and so much more. Julie, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Taking the morning to spend some time with us away from the clinic, but we'll get you back to work. So let's talk EMDR therapy. It's a mouthful. So tell us a little bit more. What is it and what kind of therapy is that?
Yeah, so it stands for eye movement, desensitization, and reprocessing.
Okay.
Though it's never called that long name. It's always called EMDR therapy.
Okay.
And it's a distinctive type of therapy to treat emotional distress and a range of symptoms related to past disturbing experiences.
Okay.
So when people have things that have upset them, disturbed them, trauma, and it's kind of kept in the brain, it's locked in the brain, it hasn't moved through and processed, and it continues to disturb them. So the past is the present.
Okay. So when they come in for, what does a session typically look like? Walk us through when someone says, okay, I really want to get some help with, you know, my coming in for EMDR. What does the session look like?
Yeah, so there are 8 phases. We start with history taking, we start with preparation, giving people tools so that when those disturbing memories come up, they have some tools to be able to contain it and calm themselves. And then we get into the reprocessing. So the reprocessing is, we use bilateral stimulation, so that's the eye movement component, the EM. So it can be fingers going back and forth, so their eyes are going back and forth, or a light bar. I have a light bar in my office. It can be tactile, so there could be tapping, or I have little pulsers that go back and forth. And it could be tones or beeping. I have headphones that do beep, beep, beep. So it's bilateral stimulation, stimulation on both sides.
Okay.
And what we do is we're bringing someone's attention up to the old memory that disturbs them, having them think about that, what's the emotion that comes up, where do they feel that in their body, put their attention on that starting point, and then we do the bilateral stimulation, and it processes the memory.
Okay. So does it work? What's feedback from clients who have come in and said, I've been a client of yours for what, like 6 months? I mean, what's the process, or how long? Lengthy?
Yeah. Length really depends on what one is dealing with.
Okay.
If one deals with a single incident, for example, a severe car accident, only one incident, we can take care of that in a few sessions, typically. But very many folks have complex PTSD, have years of, let's say, verbal, physical, sexual abuse throughout their childhood, maybe from family members or what have you, and then additional incidents might happen in their adulthood. So that can take years for EMDR therapy. It can take a lot of time.
Okay.
In terms of effectiveness, we have over 30 clinical trials that show effectiveness for PTSD.
Wow,
it's been seen by it's been approved as an effective treatment for trauma by Department of Defense and the VA, by the World Health Organization.
Okay, so we know it's working.
Yeah.
Okay. You typically see clients that are 18 years of age and older, right?
I do, but EMDR therapy is done with young ones. Okay. The whole range.
And the best way they can come in and, you know, have like a consultation and then kind of figure out when we start and when?
Yep, they can get through the intake process and get them going.
Excellent. So if you guys have more questions, Sage Neuroscience Center, you can call them today. It's 884-1114. Also, they're online. Check them out at sageclinic.org.